Hello, Mary. Mary, try and sort this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. 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 Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. I think that one will do. I'll play it back and I'll see what I think. I think it's probably the nuts. And that'll be the one. And you can play around with all of it and decide what you want to do in your production stream for Saltwater Fish.
All right. What is
Good morning.
Yelling Revamp? Oh, that's funny.
I was like, that's not a song.
This is not. Well, there's this tank.
So I took out those dodgy plants that were growing behind that log that had.
Actually, I was going to play another
Right.
another song, and this came up, and I don't know quite why or how. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Well, I guess we're not getting a second song. So
Well, I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's rather.
Well, anyway, good morning, Father Fish. Good morning, SHOAL.
Right, we did all that. Good morning, Joey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Got a busy day ahead of me, but I'm good.
A busy day ahead of you?
Yeah, I got someone coming to work on the furnace in the barn, and then I have the farrier coming, so we'll be out there shoeing horses and working horses for the better part of the day. So,
how many horses do you have out there right now?
We have 3 saddlebreds and 2 minis. They're mini / Shetland ponies. They're double registered.
So your horse, you're shoeing the minis, are you?
One of them we actually do sometimes put shoes on. Probably not for the winter because we show him usually in the pony division. But the horses have shoes all the time. They get fancier shoe packages during show season, but they always have shoes. So, and it takes a while to shoe a horse. So.
Oh, I know. I had horses for a while.
Yeah.
Had the farrier out.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, just
cleaning out the thrush. You probably don't have a thrush problem with the way you keep them.
Right. No, I don't. But that's not to say I haven't gotten horses, that we've purchased that come in with various issues, and we have to take care of it.
Yeah.
But everything we have now is really good. But yeah, they're in their stalls, and they've got their packages on, so they're good. We don't have too many issues that way.
How often do you muck out your stall?
Well, we try to do it every day.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
If you let it go, it's 10 times harder.
Well, it's harder, and that's when they can get things up in. But they wear either leather pads under those shoes or other pads. So they don't get stuff up in their hooves. But we
Right.
still try to keep them clean because everything just looks better and they're
Nice.
happier. So anyway, so that's what I'm
Sure.
saying. It's nothing but a chore factory. We just
Really?
have something to clean all the time. So anyway, so I'll move from here right into the barn pretty much for however long it takes.
For the day in the barn, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you
Yes.
thought about putting a tank out in the barn?
I actually have, because my shed row where I keep my horses is heated. I keep it at 60 degrees all winter.
Oh,
So it wouldn't be a stretch for me to have goldfish tanks out there.
right.
But
Right.
I'm holding off on that because I think if I started doing that, I'd have 100 tanks out there.
Yeah.
No problem, and I don't know if I need to do that. So,
I know what you
and
mean.
if you put one,
You can't have just one. That's
it's
right.
going to build. Yeah. So I've
Absolutely
refrained from
true.
doing that.
Yeah.
So holding myself back. So anyway, enough about
Well,
me.
we will have an intermittent guest with us today.
Yes. Well, hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, hopefully, right.
Yeah. We won't
Uh,
say who it is, but
all right, we won't.
it'll be a surprise. You don't like surprises. You are like a little kid. You always want to tell.
Oh, it's true.
I know.
I talked to my daughter the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she's due to come over. When she will remains to
Good.
be seen. But I could not keep from telling her what her Christmas present was.
You're horrible.
Isn't that terrible?
Yes, it is. You can't. I know. Like you can't keep saying. It's like when you had those Christmas songs, and who was it? I think it was Cassie. She wanted you to wait to play when she came up. Nope.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was Cass, Father Fish.
I think so.
Uh,
Okay, I guess that was nothing.
that was nothing, right?
Okay. Well, I don't like to talk when you're on there because I know it's hard to hear if I'm talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's okay.
If you're on the phone, So I try to be quiet.
Oh,
Well, good morning, everyone.
yes,
We have
she was here. Sharpie,
a lot of
Michael.
showmates in here. Yep.
Gil, T-Bone, Kevin, Jeffrey, Roman Sharak,
Mm-hmm.
Brian. Hello, Brian. Karuna Garan, Naresh, Karuna Garan Naresh,
I can't.
Brian Farrell, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Rosenberg, Michael Long, John Larson, and on and on. Quite a
And on and on, and
on and on. Yeah, let's see.
it's awesome.
Let me get on YouTube here.
So happy to see everybody here, and I'm just going to remind everybody right out of the gate, hit the thumbs up. I made sure I did it today, first thing.
Yeah, I'm on my way over to do that right now. There we go. 20.
Okay.
41 watching, 21 thumbs up. So 20 of you guys need to get on the horn here and hit the like button, please.
Please.
Carrie's Tropicals.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Shreves. Good morning, Paul. Is Paul new?
Actually, I don't think so.
Rich Guano.
Rich was here yesterday.
Richard was here yesterday.
Yep.
Well, Richard, since you have returned to the fold, we will consider you a member of the SHOAL.
Uh-huh. Nice. I think. Welcome.
Oh, why?
Because you said you got up early. That's what you just
I
said,
got up
right?
at I don't know what time it was, 5:30 or 6, something like that.
Yeah.
And I decided not to go back to bed. I normally do for an hour, and then I'm okay. But I didn't this morning because I wanted to see what was happening on the channel.
Yeah.
Curiosity and all that kind of goes along with that not keeping a secret thing. I want to know now.
I know. Okay, so Fish and Tank Chick says, Father Fish, how do you miss Fish? Oh, I get what he's saying. How did you miss not saying hi to him? Hi.
Who?
I thought he was asking you if you missed like fishing, but then I
Oh,
realized I
fish
think
and
he's just
tank.
teasing you about not saying hi to him.
How do you miss? How do you miss fishing? I
Right.
don't know. Papa Shrimp. I miss Papa Shrimp too. And one fishy dude.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
else?
there's and Anton and Sharpie. Did you say Sharpie? I don't know.
Anton. I
David
can't
Mann.
think
Hi.
thing. Hello, Anton. Right.
Yes.
Anton Slabbert from South Africa. Delighted to see you, Glass
Nice.
Box Fox. Glass
Mm-hmm.
Box Fox, Michael Long. Make it salted and keep seahorses in the barn tank. There you go.
Don't. My daughter would love that. That's all she talks about is getting me to keep seahorses, and I just like
Really?
I don't want to do it. But I've
Well,
told
it
her,
would
if
not
you
be a
ever do that,
problem. I mean, you're hatching out brine shrimp every day,
oh, I know.
so that's all you need. And the thing to do is the pygmy seahorses. They're just a whole lot easier to keep.
Yes, but I mean, I just have it in my head that I don't want to do it.
Really? Do you have any salt water at all?
I haven't had salt water in like 30 years.
Oh well.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
so I guess that's where I just have it in my head. I don't want to do it, and
Well, I had saltwater years ago and I didn't like it. Didn't want to do it. I started the shop without it,
mm-hmm.
and well, I started the shop with it because I bought the shop from a couple who were getting out from under it, and they had a salt tank with a big UV system on it because they couldn't keep them alive, and the UV helped because it killed everything that went
Right.
through it. The fish couldn't go through it, so they weren't killed. Everything else was. And that just didn't sit well with me. So
Mm-hmm.
over a period of a year or two, I got around to doing deep substrate in the salt, and it just turned it on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I could keep everything.
Well, I had mine when I had my store. So, and it wasn't as popular then. So I had 125-gallon tank set up, as a saltwater tank.
Right.
And we didn't have all the live stuff available, or at least not to me then. So I just had your basic, tank set up and with no, I guess, live sand or whatever you want to call it in there. But I mean, it was going well. Everything was fine. And I was selling fish till I came down one morning and the tank had blown out all over my store. And I was like,
No.
this is fun. So needless to say, everything was gone. And I just never set up another saltwater tank after that.
Yeah.
We just got rid of that tank and put a new one there and just went fresh water. So that
Right.
was, but I had it for a few months and it was beautiful, but I just never went back to it. And
I wound up with a really big saltwater section when I built out here in this shop. And I have cut it down by almost 50%.
sorry,
What?
I'm reading Roman's statement. That's very sweet, Roman. But not true. Sorry. It just made me laugh. Roman, he was at 9:13.
Right, I saw that.
So anyway, sorry, made me laugh.
So Michael says shoveling those horses should be a lot easier. Shoeing them, and you don't have to shovel. More or less.
Oh no, I mean our horses are clean. Trust me. I mean, there's no, they are clean.
I'm
There's,
sure.
there's nothing, no mud up on their fetlocks or anything. These horses live a pretty pampered life. They are. I mean, I have warm water. We bathe them whenever they need it. They get, sprayed after they work. They either get hosed off if they're super sweaty. Otherwise, they get sprayed with conditioner. They get rubbed out with towels. I mean, they have a cushy life standing there waiting for us to do everything. But that's how it's done. So that's what we do.
Now, what do you think? You've had all kinds of horses.
Yes.
What do you think the personality difference is with the pampered, the dressage horses?
Well, these aren't dressage. These
They're
are,
not.
but dressage horses are also pampered. It is a different mentality. What people don't understand with our horses, we don't turn them out in the pastures all day long. Part of that is because when in show season they have shoe packages on that if you turn them out, they're probably going to go flying, and they could get hurt. So, but because of the way we keep them, they want to go out. For instance, we let them all out the other day in the indoor separately, but we turn them out, let them all go for a run because they're wearing shoes so they can do that. And we're out there with them, and we've got our whips and our bag whips, and everybody's trotting around having a wonderful time, and they are showing off for us, and it's just wonderful. So then we decide, we have to go clean the stalls and do stuff, so we leave them out in the indoor, and they show off till you go away. Then they come up and stand at the door like, are you bringing me in? I don't want to be out here by myself. They don't want, because of the way they're kept and raised, they want to be inside. They want to be with you. And they will, like I said, they'll show off. I try once in a while putting them up in the outside ring that we have. Same thing. They'll run around and play and have a wonderful time. And the minute I walk away, they start running the gate and screaming like, did you forget me? I need to come with you.
Interesting.
So it's just a different mentality of what they get used to. But when they're raised that way, they're just not the type of horse typically that you can just stick out in the pasture. They're going to lose their minds.
Amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
Yep. Oh, Mary's here. Good morning, Mary.
Hi, Mary. If you have to get near a horse, dray horses like Shires and Punches are the easiest going. Read that as less likely to bite or kick me for no reason. Horses hate me, says Sharpie. Poor Sharpie.
I don't get bit or kicked, and I deal with them every day. Every day. And believe me, I stand right behind them doing whatever I have to do with their tail. No problem.
Amazing.
So anyway, so we've gone from horses to saltwater to horses. Isn't this a fish channel?
Right. We
got to get back on fish, keep people happy. Oh.
Yeah, Gil's asking if you know what a muck scoop attachment is for the Bobcat.
Oh, yeah, but I don't have that kind of... Okay. I don't have manure piles. We have a 12-foot dump trailer where the ramp... So we load all our manure onto the dump trailer. About once a week, we go over and empty it over at somebody else's house. So I have no manure piles at my house.
My grandfather used to have a spreader. He had orchards.
Yeah.
So he would spread his manure on the orchards.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like the way a manure pile looks, and it breeds flies and all sorts of things, and it gets smelly. So we like the place to be nice. So we just take our manure over to the guy Gary, our feed store guy. It's hilarious. So I buy the grain and everything from him. And then I take him back my manure, and then he composts it and sells it again. I'm like, you got the best deal.
Funny.
But he doesn't mind it at his house, and I don't want it at mine. So that's how we do it. Oh, you got a really nice comment from Ginger Snaps, who's
just
also
looking at that. Yeah.
916.
I came across your page, and I really love that you promote natural aquariums. It makes sense to me. Your fish literally seem so happy. How do you keep the water pristine? Well, that's what it does. That deep sand bed keeps the water pristine. I think because it allows particulates to precipitate into the substrate, so you don't get the cloudiness or the kind of vagueness that you get with like a shallow substrate where the microscopic particulate matter doesn't have any place to go. If you have a deep substrate, it's got a place to go. It goes down in there, and that's really, I think, what keeps the water as crystal clear. There's just nothing. There's nothing in the water because
Right.
it's
It doesn't have that haze. Sometimes you get that little
yeah,
haze and you
exactly
can't get
right.
rid of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I think that's right. Thank you, Jen.
James has a question, and you're going to have to read it because if I try to read it to you, it's not going to make any sense. It's at 9:18, James. Hand.
Yeah, I got it.
I can't read that out loud. Not going to work.
Aerobic equals ammonia to nitrite, anaerobic nitrate to ammonia. Some plants use ammonia. Um, why wouldn't plants consume ammonia to start with? Well, they do. Plants will consume ammonia right out of the water column, but it's not a dominant characteristic of their aspiration. So it doesn't happen quickly. If you have a like a tank that's chock a block with guppy grass, for example, it would be difficult to have any ammonia in that water at all because there'd be so many plants they would absorb it all. Anaerobic nitrate to ammonia? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think nitrate breaks down to ammonia. It breaks down to nitrogen gas and water. It doesn't go backwards because it you can't you cannot debacteriaize. You know the bacteria changes ammonia to nitrites, and then another bacteria will change nitrites to nitrates, and that occurs with or without an aerobic or anaerobic environment. Same thing occurs in anaerobic as aerobic. The bacteria are neither aerobic nor anaerobic. They're specific to that process, to that nitrification process. But once the ammonia has converted to a nitrate, then the nitrates can nitrates be taken up directly by plants? I think so. I know nitrates in an anaerobic environment will break down into nitrogen gas, and that's where you get a lot of the bubbles, a lot of the gas that comes off the deep substrate. It's actually nitrogen, which is the most plentiful gas on Earth. So it's certainly not something that is ever a problem. I don't know enough about the science to know specifically, though, how that occurs. I read an article recently, not an article, it was a comment by someone who was talking about um, organics breaking down particulate matter into anaerobics um, and actually entering into the plant in the process. It seemed all rather complicated and it's somewhat confusing to me. Uh, not assuming at all that it wasn't true. I never thought in those terms and really kind of have no way. Here's the thing. Here's what I do about all this stuff. You want to know Father Fish's secret? This is Father Fish's secret. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell this once. So the people who are here right now are going to get it. And nobody else will ever know unless you tell them. So that's your call and your decision. But here's how I do. Here's how I deal with all of this stuff. I keep it very, very simple. My understanding of it is very, very simple. And my explanations I try to keep similarly simple. So I look at something and I think my way through it kind of step by step with the easiest, simplest progression possible. Nothing convoluted, nothing complicated, nothing difficult to understand. It's all very simple. Now, it may or may not be true, but truth is a whole other issue. Truth, from a scientific perspective, truth is provable, or it's or we either prove or disprove a truth. The truth is a statement of, how can I say this? A statement of intent, a statement of belief, if you will. It's what I believe to be true. That which is true is what I believe to be true. So, from a scientific perspective, how can we prove, or more to the point, how can we disprove that? Because that's the key. If you can disprove a truth, then it no longer is true. So I'm a whole lot more interested in disproving what I think is true than I am in proving what I think is true. Because all proving does is reinforce what I already think. And that's very nice. And I like that a lot because it makes me feel really smart. And I get points for that. And people say Father Fish is a genius and all that stuff. But all they're really doing is saying, "Wow, I tried that and it worked. That's Father Fish." And I go, "Uh-huh." And then I look at somebody who says, "Well, accept that." Now, sometimes if the accept that is very convoluted, and I had this happen, I think this morning. Somebody posted on one of the videos, a long 5 paragraph statement about something I was talking about. And I kind of got halfway through it and could not remember the start of it and did not sense the progression of it. So what did I do? I deleted it. I deleted it based on the fact that it was not simple. My rule is simple. If it is not simple, I'm really not interested because it's not communicable. If it's simple and clear and basic and kind of foundational, then I can say it, I can put it out there, other people can do the same, and we can deal with it accordingly. We may find that it's not true, but we can only find that it's not true if we respond to it in a way that's comparably simple. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's the principle that I learned in philosophy logic. I never took philosophy 101. I took a course in logic. That was my intro to philosophy, a course in logic. And I then took lots of courses in philosophy after that, focusing on various periods and schools and whatnot. But in that logic class, that logic course, that's where I learned the principle of simplicity. Another way to understand it is Occam's razor. Occam's razor says when a thing is so knotty and convoluted and twisted and tied up in knots that you can't figure it out, what do? You take a big knife and you cut it. You just chop right through it,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I do. If something gets way out of hand, out of control, too complicated to figure out, I go, I ain't gone down that rabbit hole. And I just dismiss it.
You just kick it to the curb.
I kick it to the curb, right? And it gets run over by the horses.
There you go.
So that's my secret. Keep it
Okay.
simple.
Keep it simple.
What else?
Basically, you're right till you're proven wrong.
Yeah, I'm right until I'm proven wrong. Well, yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And I'm perfectly willing to be proven wrong, because if I'm proven wrong, I'll be right again because I'll adopt it. I'll adopt the proof.
Oh, you're one of those that tomorrow it was your idea and you invented it.
Oh well, I believe it. No, I don't. I don't necessarily
I'm
take
teasing
credit.
you.
I don't necessarily take credit, but
Yeah.
what I do, if somebody comes along and says something that makes more sense to me and works better, and I can test it out, and it's right on the money, and it's better than what I can, that's mine.
Yeah,
That was the
I
other
agree.
rule. That was the other rule. The other rule of philosophy. My philosophy teacher taught me this. He said, don't discard what you have, what you believe, until you find something better. Then adopt that. But don't just discard it because you got a problem with it.
Yeah.
And then go looking for something else. Because then you got no place to stand. You're not anywhere. You're just kind of out in the wilderness, wandering around aimlessly. So you start from where you are. You believe what you got, and you hold to it, and you test it. And you test it positively, and you test it negatively. And if somebody comes up, see, this is the issue. This is why. Okay, this is why I'm doing fish, because I can teach basic principles. And the basic principle is when someone said something that is in fundamental conflict with what you believe, you need to ascertain the validity of what they're saying. Because it may be that what they're saying is a greater truth than you have. Now, in our society today, we're not doing that, are we? We're not doing that at all. We're saying, my way or the highway. We're saying, if you don't buy what I'm saying, then there must be something wrong with you. And by doing that, by saying that, what we're saying is that if I am saying, if you don't believe what I believe, there's something wrong with you. What that means is, I don't believe what you're saying because I believe what I believe first. Therefore, there's something wrong with me. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's that I am not open to discussing and looking at my structure, my beliefs, my focus, my orientation, my understanding in a wider context. We have allowed, and I'll tell you absolutely why this happens, we have allowed certain sets of ideas to turn into concrete in our social structure. And the reason we have done that is because we have tied them in to individuals. And so we worship individuals. We hold those individuals to be absolute authorities. And this is the greatest threat to culture. The greatest threat to culture is the strong man demanding obedience, the tyrant, the one who says, my way or the highway. Now, you look at where that's coming from, where that is, and I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to take the next step. I want you to take that next step. If you haven't done it yet, then do it. If you haven't figured out, if you find yourself so locked in to a given worldview, a given set of beliefs, that you cannot entertain any alternative viewpoint, and you become irate and upset and angry at the very expression of something in conflict with what you believe, I want you to look at the source of your belief structure. Where does it come from? You need to understand that. And if you can get at that and be honest about it, it will open your mind and open your world to what this particular society we're living in is really all about. Because it's all about personal freedom. And that gets us right back to keeping fish.
Fish. I was going to say.
Fish, exactly.
Oh, good morning, Lee.
Hi there,
Lee.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
You were being very philosophical there, Sir Father Fish.
I was.
But you hit the nail on the head.
Well, thank you.
Right. I can't remember who it was, which philosopher it was. But they said the wisest person knows and admits that they do not know.
Oh, that's me. I don't know much of anything.
If I'm wrong,
no, I think you're right.
I love being corrected and taught and become better.
I think
I will never be stuck in my ways. I will never be blinkered.
Yeah.
I will never be stuck in my ways. The wisest man knows and admits that he does not know.
I think the biggest part to take away from this is to be open, as you're saying. Be open to suggestion and somebody else's idea, because it might be better than yours.
Yeah. And if you want to punch up over it,
yeah.
What is wrong with you? It's not what's wrong with them, it's what's wrong with you.
Right. But if we bring it back and apply it to fish keeping, we can learn so much from each other, which is what we're doing. That's what we're up here doing, is learning and sharing, I believe.
Why do you think I've got 3 magnificent aquariums when over 10 years ago I stopped keeping fish because of an accident? But for 10 years I was keeping fish. Successfully? Perhaps not. But since getting back into it and discovering this new method, I've had nothing but success. But I'm not going to ram it down anyone's throat.
No.
It's up to them to try it, test it,
absolutely.
find out for themselves. I'll tell you my experiences and how wonderful my 3 aquariums are, and they are. That's my delight.
Yes.
That's up to you to then go and discover that and try it.
And
If you want to. But don't tell me I'm wrong.
And some of these methods work for certain fish. That's another thing, is, we have to do different things for different fish.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what you've got going is working 100% for you, and you're loving it. And that's what, we all need to enjoy our fish. That's what it's all
But
about.
also, the fish that I keep are the sort of starter fish that you would give children.
Yes, exactly.
I after 10 years, I've started anew, and I'm learning anew. I could have started these 3 tanks, go, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 10 years, blah, 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 blah. No, I've started something brand new, and I'm trying new things. It's all because of you. It's all because of all of you lot. Everyone, Smart Fish, you. Mary, Cassie, everybody in the comments.
Absolutely. And I think what's nice is people, are supporting each other, and they're encouraging each other to try something that's not in their comfort zone. Try it.
Yeah.
The worst you can do is
That's
fail.
right.
And we all fail.
What's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen?
But you might be successful, and that's the best thing about it. Is you may find
You never know.
it actually works. Yeah.
If you don't try, you'll never know.
Right.
There is nothing more uncomfortable for the brand new fish keeper than putting dirt in their fish tank.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Nothing.
No, yeah.
Ah.
Freak them right out.
And I
You want me to
recommend
put
it.
dirt in there? Yeah.
Right. I recommend it to every brand new person walking through the door. Amazing stuff.
It is. But like you said, if you can just get somebody to trust you and to try it.
Yeah, and cap it with
and cap it with sand.
Right. And there's the sand cap. Look at this.
Lee, that's the best thing ever. That sand cap, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah, you would have.
And now you're the blue man sand cap.
Explain the cap, Lee, for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah, who don't understand the cap.
I was invited to a stream unexpectedly, where apparently for some mad reason, I don't know, some dotard thought it would be a good idea.
Dotard indeed.
Dotard would have me as guest of honour.
The Honourable Lee, yes.
And he said, we're going to swap the thrones. So Father Fish was going to be the jester, and I would have the throne. I would be the king for the day. And I thought, I need a crown. So I got a cap, a baseball cap, and I covered it with sand. My cap of sand.
Which,
Funny.
for anybody that's new, is Father Fish's motto. Cap it with sand.
But I'm really smart. I'm so smart.
You are. Brilliant.
I know. Everyone knows I am. Look, cap of sand.
I love it. Don't ruin that hat.
No?
Make sure you seal it with something. You don't want that sand coming off. Don't ruin that
No,
hat.
it's already sealed. It's already sealed.
Okay.
The sand's not coming off. I know what I'm doing, Joey. Don't you think for 1 second that I'm not smart, mate? I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Gonna put some stickers on it, Father Fish stickers.
Love it.
And I'm gonna spray it with acrylic, and I will never wear it again unless Father Fish demands it. It's gonna be an ornament on our mantelpiece in pride of place. Even this is more special to me than all my trophies that I've won all over the years. This is the most special thing. I might have made it. It was his idea. He doesn't know it, but subconsciously, he got inside my head.
I was just going to say, he planted a seed in your head.
Yeah, and he made me do this.
Well, it's a great thing. I love it.
Don't thank me. Don't thank me.
Okay.
It's him. It's you. Well, the comments are over there, and it's everyone in the comments.
We've got Green Machine here. I want you to go over and click on Green Machine's channel. Okay. All right. Yeah. Lee is
I think he's
being a
gone silent.
housekeeper today.
And he's headed out. Bye, Lee.
See you in a moment. Green Machine has come up. I met Green Machine a few days ago. He's got a terrific website or channel, rather.
Channel. Okay.
He's a farmer. He has a small farm. I guess a farmette. I don't know. He's been on YouTube for many years. A
Oh,
very
wow.
small channel. It's called Green Machine, and
Nice.
it's great fun. A lot of chicken stuff and small animal stuff,
Yeah.
but fish stuff as well. What's interesting is that the name Green Machine became popularized in England um, by a man whose name escapes me at this moment. It'll come to me. Who started a movement and a shop called the Green Machine, in which he developed planted tanks, very sophisticated planted tanks, and became very popular, and was all the rage for, I don't know how long, 6, 7, 8 years, and then shut it all down. And has not gotten back to it, I think, since then. What is his name?
So is Green Machine from England
No.
or from the UK?
No, not at all. He's
Well, the way you were talking about the name, I wasn't sure.
No, from what I assume, he's independent, but he had the prior use of the name.
Oh, okay. And he's thanking you for his ranch.
Oh, good.
That's
yeah,
cool.
I just gave him a wrench,
Right.
right? So yeah, I so much like what he's doing. I like his approach.
Well, I will try to find some time later to find them. And
Emily.
I am not able, as I said yesterday, to drop any links on this device. So if anybody wants to drop links.
Emily is saying that she caught aquarium co-ops last night. I did not watch it. He did a stream on how difficult it is to treat sick fish. She said it was interesting, but I think he might be challenging Father Fish to a duel. That's D-U-E-L as opposed to D-U-A-L. D-U-A-L meaning two. D-U-E-L meaning a fight between two.
Yes. A duel.
So, no, I'll check it out. I did notice that Thomas has been telling me that if we want to grow the channel, we need to go up against the big guys. And I don't know about doing that, but I'm not averse to it particularly. So we'll see. I'll take a look and see if he's thrown down the gauntlet, then I must pick it up. But we shall see.
Green Machine, I think. Oh, Green Machine's in Sweden, Father Fish.
Oh, very come nice. On. Seriously.
And Green Machine, can you drop your link? Because I think people are looking for you. If you have the ability to drop your link in here.
I did not.
You have a wrench now. You can do that.
I did not know that. That's wonderful.
Well, that's why I was asking. I'm like, are they from the United States?
No, I didn't.
The way you're talking about is like, I don't know. Very cool. Very cool.
Tony
and
P.
Welcome. Hello, Mastermind.
We're going to play a song here. I need to.
Oh, good. I need coffee.
Yeah, I need to take a little break. Let me find something.
Need some coffee.
Let's see. What I wanted to do was the Father Fish song.
So Father Fish. Father Fish. One place to go to if you have Vic. Your fish may itch or even flash. So Father Fish is your one-stop cap. Capital with an inch of sand. Capital with an inch of sand. Raise the temperature with a helping hand. And add some garlic on top of that sand. The itch will go, your plants will grow, and all of your fish will have a happy home. Father Fish, so Father Fish, your one-stop wonder if you keep fish. Starring Sir Father Fish and all his followers on the Father Fish channel. Over to you, Sir Father Fish.
Well, hello, this is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room today. We're going to try it on the laptop, and if any problems arise, we will probably just say so long until next week. But we are working with Suzuki also backstage, who's trying to set up and get a stable internet connection. She is in her fish room, which I'm excited because I'm in my fish room. Even though I have bright lights behind me, I have used towels to try to shadow things. But I want to welcome everybody to the All Girls hashtag Fish Fam live stream today. Today's topic is filtration. What did you start with in your hobby? What kind of filtration did you start with? And have you maintained that type of filtration, or have you made some changes? Have you done away with any kind of filters and gone just one kind of filter? Or just, we're going to find out from everybody what they have done since they started their hobby and where they are now in the hobby. Hello, Simply Better. I apologize for calling you Kasha. I know your name is Taylor, and I know you had to break down your fish room because you're looking for a new house. But I am excited that you are in the chat with us today. If you still want to come up on the panel, I want you to feel free to come up on the panel. We will mute microphones when needed, when children get, kind of loud and clamorous and want to have all of the show. I want us to have fun, but I also want us to give some good information. So, Taylor, a lot of people do that. Oh, it's okay. I'm used to it. I don't know why. I know they're two different people.
What are we doing? How did we get?
Else wants to come up
How in the world?
Sometimes I have problems with
What is going on?
Rebooting.
I think we rolled from the song right into one of Susan's old streams.
That's funny. I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
she was doing a great job.
Susan's wonderful. I love Susan. Absolutely.
Love Susan. She was just stealing the show.
Well,
I thought it was hilarious when I heard her voice.
That's funny.
Like, this is great.
We need to get Susan up here. That would be great fun.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so
well, that was weird. It was supposed to go into another song. I don't know why it's not.
It just went to Susan.
I do know why, because I'm selecting without bringing the whatever it's called up. What is that called? Whatever.
I don't know. Your playlist?
The playlist, yes. If I bring the playlist up and play one, then it'll continue them. If I don't, it just jumps to whatever's in the configuration. Next. Yeah. And that's what's happened twice now.
Father Fish.
Like that.
Father Fish.
Right there. So.
And there we can't get
there.
Alex wants to know where he is. You went to Neverland.
Right. Dare we muck around anymore here?
We just went somewhere else for a minute.
There.
Alex wants to know where he is. You went to.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it wouldn't be a day if we didn't have some kind of a glitch, right?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, you got any ideas for videos today?
Not yet.
I really think you should do a reaction series.
Well, we need to watch somebody on the stream. That Thomas is here chatting about what video to do today.
Oh, this is screwing me
Mhm.
up here. We always end up like this. Hi.
Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
Not bad at all.
So anyway, he's saying what video do we want to
Mm-hmm.
do today? Well, somebody thinks that Corey threw down the gauntlet yesterday.
What did he say?
Well, he did a video on. Remember we talked about it. Why it's hard to treat sick fish.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it,
I didn't watch it either.
but somebody else did, and they said they thought he was challenging me to a duel.
Well, you heard my
Well,
name.
you better watch it
So
first.
check it out.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says. So yeah, we've already got a response to it, and we were talking about doing that as a video. Thomas suggested, as an alternative or as a response to Corey saying it's difficult to treat sick fish, we should respond by saying it's very simple to treat sick fish.
But you better do your research first.
Do what? Do what?
You need
Joey?
to watch you need to watch and do your own research
Yeah,
first.
we
Make
need to-
sure what's going on.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
My point is,
Don't
any
run
terrestrial
off and
critter
get
is
crazy.
inherently harder to treat than fish because they're in a solution all
Right.
the time.
Right.
You
So
know, yeah.
Somebody has to be the voice of reason here.
yeah.
You're funny.
What is going on here?
Ooh, Science Gal says, Fish fan mom Susan and Father Fish sounds like a great chat. Probably would be.
Oh yeah.
Was that
Yeah, we were on a year ago.
Well, she came up here one day, but she didn't stay long. I think she had to go somewhere,
Right.
but maybe we can get her up to stay a little longer. Yeah.
She had
That
me
would
on
be fun.
her channel a year ago.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
So yeah, I'm certainly up for that.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet lady.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I'm just
Okay,
reading.
here it is. Emily at 39 minutes on Aquarium Cobb's video, the question and response had actually nothing to do with the video topic. 39 minutes in. See what that is.
Emily also has another thing at 9:57. You should read too, Father Fish. 9:57.
9:57. Lumpy Dog wants to keep it nice.
Well, yes. I mean,
9:57, Emily.
everybody needs
Corey
to act
qualified and
appropriate.
said we can do whatever we want and that deep sand beds do work. I just thought it was amusing. Well, he, on his video the day before, I left a comment. He was talking about experimenting in his little lab, and experimenting with detritus, with dirt in the tank. And he said nobody got that this is all new. Nobody's tried it before. I want to see how it works. And I just left the comment that Father Fish has been doing it for 40 years. So this may be a response to that. I have no idea. No idea.
Look, it goes along with the things we've been talking about anyway, which is, people do things the way they want to.
Oh, he mentioned me? He mentioned
Your way
me.
works, but other
Play,
ways
hold on. I'll bring it up, back it up. Let's play it.
2 different times in the title, it's kind of hitting at you. He points out, somebody says, all I use is garlic and hot water to treat my fish, and anyone who does anything else is crazy. I thought that was you, actually.
All right.
Corey's like, that's not true. If that was true, then every wholesaler would have all their tanks full of garlic. And
Well, not only that, he wouldn't sell any product.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then down here, he's got this deep sand bed filters, and I'm like, ooh, I know what's going on here.
Have you ever heard of Father Fish, strong advocate for deep sand bed method? Yes. Deep sand bed methods are awesome if you like keeping a bunch of sand instead of fish and plants. I'll fight anyone, when they're like, deep sand beds are magical. They get rid of your nitrates and they do stuff. Like, what do plants do? Oh, yeah, that exact same
You can't
thing.
put plants in your gravel, though, bud.
So for me, it's always like,
I can't handle it.
yes,
Sorry.
it is a thing. We used it way back in the day when we we didn't have access to as many plants. We didn't understand them as well. And in saltwater, but in freshwater, I don't think it's visually appealing to see 6 to 8 inches of substrate, and you see all the different layers of bacteria growing, and you're taking up all that swimming space for the fish. So that's my own personal take. Now, people can do whatever they want, and I've done that stuff. All aquariums for me are enjoyable. It doesn't matter what it is. Like fish and plants and just bugs are fascinating. So really, it comes down to, is a super deep sand bed, is that good for your life, right? So I could play devil's advocate here and say, like, deep sand beds are terrible because if you live in an apartment, on average, you move every 2 years in the United States, which means it takes up to a year for that bed to really become active. 6 months, it starts becoming really good. After that, next 6 months, really good. Then you're going to have that much sand, too heavy to carry. Now you got to break it down. So you're only getting 50% of the time you're going to enjoy that aquarium, right? But maybe you've got this giant aquarium, or maybe you've got fish that don't dig, or whatever it is, and you've decided that's what you want to do. By all means, do that. I don't find it to be beneficial. I like to change fish too often. I like to think fish will dig sometimes. I like to swap out my plants. I don't like the way it looks. I like to have more water and more swimming space for my fish. In general, I feel like if you do a deep sand bed, you should upsize the aquarium size to accommodate that.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, but I think we're just on that same page we were talking about, that everybody has their own idea and they want to do it a different way.
What do you think, Lee?
Hi, Lee.
Someone in the comments said, Lee, a cup of sand is intended to absorb poop. And I liked that because it was cheeky and funny, and it gave me an idea. It's invoked an idea. What if I cap it all with sand, inside and out? Look, and I put it in my aquarium, right, like that. Put it in there like that. There's a cave. It becomes a cave, a cap of sand cave, and my bristlenose plecos and my frogs bloody love it in there. I could put some LEDs in it, and it could be like a disco. What do you reckon? A little disco?
I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I
think I love it. I'll play music. I'll play 1970s disco music in there. Have some flashing LED lights. Little disco cap of sand cave. They go in and out that way. There won't be anyone on the door. Everyone's welcome. No fee. And they can have fun time.
I can finally hear you.
Well, that didn't go down too well, did it?
I think it requires far too much consideration. It's very deep, which is consistent with some of the things that you suggest that require considerable thought and getting used to. I think you have to do.
I'm a very.
You just have to do it.
I'm a very thinkful deeper.
Yes, you are. You're a thinkful deeper. I agree utterly.
Yeah, that went well, didn't it? I thought that one through, didn't I? I thought that one through from the beginning to the start. Won't be doing that then.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Really?
Absolutely.
I think my fish and frogs will love it. The snails might.
I think you're 15 steps ahead of us. We just need to catch up with you.
Told you I was smart.
I know. You don't need to.
Don't need to watch.
You don't need to. It comes out.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
What?
Sharpie, why am I now wondering about whether I can breed cribs in a baseball cap? That's like brine shrimp in a boot.
I don't see why you can't breed them in a baseball.
Watch this space. Watch this space. What cribs?
Oh, you need cribs. That's a great next fish.
Well, or maybe Sharpies is going to try the baseball cap for the cribs.
Cribensis.
Well, I know, yeah, cribensis.
It's a small African cichlid.
It's a
only
cichlid.
gets inch and a half long, 2
Very
inches
pretty.
top. They stay on the bottom. It'd be a perfect fish for your 50.
They're
Oh
very
my
pretty,
God.
Lee. Very pretty.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now we're in trouble.
I know.
Oh, rabbits. I love
I like
rabbits.
rabbits.
I don't
They live in
want
the
one, but
atrium.
I love them. They're so
They
pretty.
can, but they're a mess.
That's what I was gonna say.
And they get big.
Rabbit.
We need to put them in a tank and sell them.
One
Sharpies.
of the
I was actually looking at albino
Yeah.
cribensis the other day, and I talked myself out of it.
Yeah, and we need to
So
buy
I just decided I didn't need them,
for them.
but they were really
Right.
pretty.
Today. Get that
Really
one out.
pretty.
Well, we need to go out to, how about that?
Tractor Supply.
No.
Is that dinner?
I'm
Hardly.
with you, Lee.
No.
I doubt it's dinner in a pet shop.
All right.
They're going to be sold
Alright,
for
so I'll set
cats.
up that nice tank with the
A
wood.
couple of conies with some potatoes.
I think they're trying to sell them, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Alex, that's horrible.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Mercy. Rabbits, I
Sharpies
think.
was talking about the cribensis.
Yeah.
And I just said, I actually saw some albino cribensis the other day, and I was so tempted, but I talked myself out of it because I was like, I don't need another thing to breed.
You would love them. The albinos are
I know I would. If I go back and they have them, I might buy them. But I feel
Yeah,
like
they're
I
really
shouldn't.
pretty.
I feel like I
Beautiful thing. And they breed easily. They're really a great thing.
I know.
So Lee, you need to get a pair of cribensis, a male and a female. And then they will build a nest underneath your lawn. They excavate a cave and lay their eggs upside down on the roof of the cave. When the babies hatch, they keep them in the cave until they're free swimming, and then they archer the babies around, so they protect them as the babies are moving around. It'll be brilliant in your 50-gallon tank.
Mastermind has a question for you at 10:58, I believe.
He's whistling to the bird,
I know.
and he's
Can you read
whistling.
that question, Father Fish?
You're all boring. You're all
10:08,
boring
sorry,
me now. I was having a lovely conversation with that bird.
I don't know why I said 10:58. Because you're distracting me,
Okay.
Lee, with all the whistling.
I'm talking to the bird. You
I know.
got shut up for a minute. The
We-
bird's
we
more
know.
interested in the new lot.
So
Far more
where-
interested in the new lot. Do you know what he really wants? You don't have a clue, do you, what that bird wants?
Neither do you.
I do. I'm talking to him.
Where are we? Oh, okay. Mastermind show. Is that it?
Yes, he has a question for you.
Which fish has the longest lifespan? Oh, this is good. Glad I'm getting a tank. I really don't want to see my fish pass. All right, here's the secret about fish. This is secret number 2 for the day. This is a banner day. We have 2 secrets. There might even be a third that we overlooked. But the second secret is fish do not age. They do not have an aging gene. They don't become old and feeble. Their organs do not break down based on their age. A fish dies from predation, injury, disease, poor water quality, lack of nutrition. That's about it.
Don't forget desiccation.
Same difference. They come with 1 or 2 of the other. Desiccation. Desiccation. No.
Yeah, real quick, you got to be bed with the bunnies, or should we wait till we get the hay?
You put a little bit of something in. But, yeah, but
I'm gonna do those wood chips, like with the
yeah, that'll be all right. Don't do the peat moss. It'll get in their fur.
Those things.
Yeah, we're gonna go out. I'll show you later. Yeah, trying to come up with bedding for the rabbits, for the bunnies, bedding for the bunnies. Anyway,
yeah, then you gotta need some
they
bedding.
don't age. They don't age. They die from any of these other causes. So theoretically, a fish can live forever. Now, the other one, there is a 6th one, parasites. And parasites take more than most. They die from any number of other causes, but they don't die from getting old, which is how you can have a lunker, a fish that'll live 200 years, simply because nothing has been able to break it down or attack it, or otherwise destroy it. So any fish will do. Pick what you like and keep it healthy, keep it happy, keep its environment healthy and happy, and it will live until it dies. And that will either be a very long time or it will not. But that's virtually completely up to you. So, right back at you, Mastermind Show. You want to keep a fish living forever? It's not up to the fish. It's up to you.
Jellyfish. Jellyfish have this ability to regress and almost become rejuvenated and then grow again. And it's like Sir Father Fish says, it's predation, it's all manner of other things that stop a jellyfish from effectively being immortal. And the same applies to lobsters. No one knows how long a lobster lives because we usually eat them all.
Yeah, there's been some research on jellyfish
said to be immortal.
Yeah, right. There was some research recently on jellyfish that has them living hundreds, if not thousands of years. Virtually immortal.
It's almost as if they grow up and then go backwards and grow down and become juniors again and then grow up.
Yeah, a lot of them are colony animals. Like the corals are a colony animal. So you look at a coral head, that coral head could be 1,000 years old. But each individual polyp is maybe 2 or 3 years old. But the colony goes on essentially until something very fundamental changes in the environment.
An oil spill.
All right, I'm going to have to...
interfering with everything.
Yeah, I'm going to have to shut this down. I've got a whole bunch of people out here waiting for me. Do we have anything else in the chat that we
Um,
need to get to?
Is it my fault?
I don't see anything
So,
right away unless I've missed it. You know, a lot of comments and stuff going back and forth, but I'm not sure I saw any other actual
Okay.
questions.
Alex.
All righty. Okay, guys, I have to run along. I'm sorry. I've just got a bunch of things that need to be taken care of here. We got new animals that need to be dealt with and the like.
That's okay.
Right. So we're gonna play a song. Another Lee. Happy Fish Day! All right.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Go, Joey! Bring it on down!
I'm just not happy this morning, sorry.
Get into the groove!
Yeah.
Oh, the pot of fish! Bust the move, pot of fish! Bust the move!
You and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Oh, I'm up again. Gotta stop doing that.
Here she is.
I've never danced with a girl before. It's my first time.
You can switch to Lee. I'm sure he's got something more than I got.
Thank you all. Bless you all.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the morning. Bye for now.
The first time I've ever danced with a girl and she's pretty. But how about that?